we say these are the various states: solid, liquid, and gas. They are intact. Like solids are vibrating on their own place. Liquids, they move because the interparticular spaces are more, and the gases, they move at a faster speed. So the kinetic theory of matter states that all of them are composed of particles and they move accordingly. In solid it is less, in liquid it is more, in gaseous it is still more. So what happens when we heat this and when we decrease the temperature? So what is the effect of temperature? Temperature causes a change in the state of matter. As see, we are boiling water, we are heating a liquid. As temperature increases, heat is absorbed in the form of energy, and as a result of this, what happens inside the water molecule is that the kinetic energy or whatever solid is there, it increases on absorption of energy and they begin to vibrate. Now when they are vibrating, when a particle, they are vibrating, they collide with a slower moving particle, they transfer their energy to that particle, and the energy of the slow particle also increases. What is happening inside the solid state? You can see that the molecules have started vibrating. Now because of increase in energy, what happens? They slowly overcome the forces of attraction, and they start diffusing across the material. They break the intermolecular forces and they leave the surface. So gradually what happens when the molecular force becomes less and the space increases, the solid gets turned into the liquid. Now this graph will show what happens at what time. See, you can see that this is the solid. When it gets converted to liquid at the temperature, whatever it is converted, that is known as the melting point. Now, if we again supply the heat further, the kinetic energy of the particles of the liquid increases, and now the molecules start to vibrate more energetically. They start to vibrate more energetically, and when they gain enough energy, they start escaping from the surface of the liquid, and this process is known as evaporation. We will study in detail what is evaporation and how it happens. So they start leaving the surface. Now again, if we continue increasing the temperature, this liquid will start boiling, and the temperature at which the liquid boils at 1 atmospheric pressure is known as the boiling point. The temperature at which it starts boiling is known as the boiling point. Now this is the graph or the diagram which shows, you can see when solid, we increase the temperature, it melts into liquid, and again if we increase the temperature, it converts into gas and it evaporates. This is the diagrammatic explanation. Solid, increasing the temperature, converts to liquid, and liquid on increasing the temperature converts to gaseous state. What happens during this? Energy increases and it melts. There are certain substances that change directly from solid to gas or gas to solid again. This process is known as sublimation. For example, camphor is a sublime substance. Even yesterday I told you dry ice is also sublime substance. So what is sublimation? Is the conversion of a substance directly from solid to gaseous phase without passing through the intermediate liquid phase. That is known as the sublimation, and the reverse of this. Now yesterday we discussed about latent heat, but many of you might not have understood properly, so I am repeating that. What happens when a solid is getting converted to liquid and liquid is getting converted to gas? At a point of time, there is no temperature change, even if we are heating it continuously. So that what is happening to the energy at that time? Yesterday also I told you, we are continuously supplying the energy, but the heat is not in, temperature is not increasing. So what is that known as? Hidden heat. And the another name of hidden heat is latent heat. During melting, it is known as latent heat of fusion, and during evaporation or boiling, it is known as latent heat of vaporization. So at this melting point, when the temperature does not change, temperature remains constant as the solid turns to liquid. That is known as the latent heat of fusion, and the temperature at which it is boiling is known as the melting point. Similarly, when liquid is getting converted to gas, the temperature remains constant until the whole liquid is converted to gas, and that is known as latent heat of vaporization. So latent, another meaning is hidden heat. Now what happens when we apply pressure? So it is not possible to apply pressure, means they are very rigid, solid matter is very rigid. So there is no effect of pressure on solid, but there is some effect of pressure on liquid and more on gaseous state. See, these are the molecules of gas. When we apply pressure on gas container, the particles, they come closer to each other. You are seeing that. And when we increase the pressure, the particles become more closer, and then they get converted to liquid. So when we apply pressure on a gas, it gets converted to liquid. So that is the effect of pressure. When we decrease the temperature and increase the pressure, a gaseous material can be converted to liquid. So change in pressure also causes change in the temperature at which a material is transformed from one state to another. So at mountains, you may have an experience that a high temperature is needed to change the state of material because the pressure is more at sea level. So by increasing the pressure, carbon dioxide can be changed to solid, and this solid carbon dioxide is known as dry ice. Now, how can we convert air into a liquid state? Air, when it is passed through high pressure through a compressor and we decrease the temperature, it is converted to liquid state. And the pressure of air particles, these are the important terminologies. The pressure of air particles present in the atmosphere is known as the atmospheric pressure. The pressure which is exerted on unit area, that is known as the atmospheric pressure. Pressure also affects the melting point of substances. What happens when a substance melts? It expands. So increase in pressure when we keep, why we keep some pressure on ice? So that it doesn't melt easily. So increase in pressure will not allow the substance to melt. So that is why we keep ice. Whenever we want to preserve it for a longer time, we keep some bricks or some stones over the ice. So these are all this is the summary of whatever we have studied till now. We will go through it first of all properly, then we will move further. What is it? The first thing is that the kinetic theory of matter states that matter is composed of large number of small particles that are in constant motion. We studied in the first class that the matter is composed of large number of small particles which are continuously moving. Understood, children? Say yes or no. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is one, okay.
Yes.
The kinetic theory of matter states the first point, matter is composed of large number of particles that are continuously moving, means that are in constant motion. Then we have to understand all this terminology. What is melting point? What is melting point? The temperature at which a solid changes to liquid state at 1 atmosphere pressure is known as the melting point. And the temperature at which the liquid boils at 1 atmospheric pressure is called the boiling point. Understood melting and boiling? When a solid changes to liquid, at that temperature is called melting point. And when a liquid changes to gas, it means when a liquid boils, that temperature is known as the boiling point. Now, this is very important. The next thing is during the phase change. What is phase change? Conversion of solid to liquid and liquid to gas. When this is happening, suppose the water has boiled already and the temperature in the thermometer reaches to 100. Even then, when we are continuously heating the water, you will see that the temperature in the thermometer is 100 only. So what is happening during this time? Because the whole solid or liquid, or when we are boiling the water, until and unless the whole water is not converted to the gaseous state or the water vapor, the temperature will remain constant 100 degrees only. And that heat is utilized in breaking the force of attraction between the water molecules. So it is hidden heat that is known as latent heat, right? So latent heat is the energy released or absorbed by a body during the process of transformation of state, and that during that process the temperature remains constant. There are two latent heats, latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization. What is latent heat of fusion? It is when a solid is getting converted to liquid. For example, when ice is getting converted to water. So that temperature, when ice is getting converted to water at 0 degrees Celsius, the ice is getting converted to water, and until and unless the whole water is not converted, whole ice is not converted to water, the temperature will remain 0 only. Even if you heat it continuously, because that the energy provided while heating is utilized in breaking the intermolecular forces of attraction. So that temperature will not rise, and that energy or that heat is known as latent heat of fusion. I will read it once again. What is latent heat of fusion? Is the energy change when a given substance is heated to change its state from solid to liquid, and the temperature at which this is occurring. At what temperature it is occurring? 0 degrees Celsius. When the ice is melting, that temperature is known as the melting point. Similarly, when water we are boiling, it is getting converted to water vapor. When water starts boiling at 100 degrees Celsius, that is known as the boiling point of water. But still, if we continuously supply heat to water, you will not find any change in the reading of thermometer. It will remain 100 degree only until and unless the whole water is converted to water vapor. So where is this heat going, which we are supplying to water? It is utilized in overcoming the forces of attraction between water molecules, and this hidden heat is known as the latent heat of vaporization. So we will go back once again to see that chart. Yeah, this is the chart which we need to study properly. What is the effect of temperature? To study the effect of temperature, when solid is heated, it gets converted to liquid. When solid is heated, temperature increases. This shows increase in temperature. It gets converted to liquid. Again, when we increase the temperature of liquid, it gets converted to gas. Now, what is happening here? Energy is increasing. So, the solid is melting. Similarly, when we are heating liquid, energy is increasing and the liquid is boiling and evaporating also, and then it is converted to gas. Now we will go towards the reverse process when we will decrease the temperature. In this process, we are decreasing the temperature. So what is happening? When we decrease the energy, the gas condenses to form liquid. And similarly, when we decrease the temperature of liquid, the energy will decrease and the liquid gets solidified to the solid. Same thing happens when we will take it, we will understand it with the example of water. Children, what is the symbol of water? It is H2O, right? So we will take it with the example of water. What happens when we heat water? It gets converted to, when we heat ice, this is ice, solid. We will take with the example of ice. So when ice is heated, it gets converted to water. And when water is heated, it gets converted to water vapor, right? So this is important. What is the effect of temperature on matter? Temperature, when we increase the temperature, what is that process known as? When we supply energy, it is known as, yesterday I told you, two things.
Ma'am, it is exothermic.
And endothermic.
So endothermic and exothermic processes are there when we supply heat on when the heat is released, right? So let us move further now. Understood this much, everyone? Speak out.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Solution once again with the help of one more video. I will try to explain it further. Now we will see the textbook first. All we have studied. Did you read? Page number 7, did you read it?
Yes, ma'am.
There is one thing in this. If you have read properly, you should have understood what are the units of temperature. Kelvin, and there are 2 units of temperature. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius and the ice melts at 0 degree. We call it as 10 degrees Celsius is equal to 273.16 Kelvin. So, but for convenience, we call 0 degrees Celsius as 273 Kelvin only after rounding of the decimal. So what we have to do to change the temperature from on the Kelvin scale to the Celsius scale, you have to subtract 273. I'm going to ask questions related to this. What we have to do, so listen carefully. What we have to do to change the temperature on the Kelvin to the Celsius. We have to subtract 273, and to convert a temperature on the Celsius scale to Kelvin, we have to add 273. If we want to convert 0 degrees Celsius to Kelvin, we have to add 0 plus 273, right? Similarly, if we have to convert the melting point of water, what is the melting point of water? Boiling point of water. What is the boiling point of water? 100 degrees.
100 degrees.
100 degree.
So if we have to convert this to, this is 100 degree Celsius, it means T. Now, if we want to convert it to Kelvin scale, what we have to do? We have to
Divide.
no, what divide?
Add
We have to
273.
Add 273.
Add 273.
373.
Yeah, on Kelvin scale, the boiling point of water is 373. There are questions related to this. You can see also here. You can see here on the top, here in the book, that the water vapor, what is about 373 Kelvin, that is equal to 100 degrees Celsius. So when water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, if we have to convert into Kelvin scale, we have to add 273, right? So the boiling point of water in degrees Celsius is 100 and on Kelvin scale is 373. So first of all, we will do some questions related to this. My eraser. Children, you have your pen and book with you. Convert the following
Ma'am.
temperature. Convert
No,
the.
ma'am.
Why? I told you to sit with your pen and book. You have to
Yes, ma'am,
convert
we
the
have.
following temperature to Celsius scale. 300K and 573K. Immediately tell me what we are going to do.
Subtract
Subtract what?
273.
Okay. So you will subtract. You have to do this, both the questions. You have to subtract 273 and get converted to Celsius scale. Both the things. 300 minus 273. Do it fast. Do it fast. 300 minus.
First is 27.
And second one.
And second one is
300.
200.
300. Yes, good. Now, what is the physical state of water at 250 degrees Celsius?
Ma'am, it will be steam.
It will be steam, water vapor. So what is the physical state?
Water.
Gaseous.
Water vapor.
Yes.
Yes.
Gaseous.
Gaseous.
What is the physical state of water at 100?
Boiling.
Physical state.
Yes.
Boiled
Yes.
water.
No,
Water.
Water.
Liquid.
it is liquid state, right? So the physical state of water at 100 is just liquid.
Liquid.
After 100 degree, it starts converting to gaseous state. Now the next question is, for any substance, why does the temperature remain constant during the change of state? Answer, children.
Ma'am, because the heat that we provide will be absorbed by the molecules to break the bond of attraction between
Not
them.
bond, break the forces of attraction. So that is why the heat remain, and that heat is known as,
Latent heat.
or the hidden heat. Now, how can you suggest a method to liquefy atmospheric gases? I told you, I have shown you in the video also how you can liquefy atmospheric gases. How can we change the atmospheric gas to liquid state? By increasing pressure and decreasing temperature. I have shown you one in the video, no, how we convert atmospheric air to liquid state. We increase the pressure. When we increase the pressure, the molecules come closer to each other, and when molecules still come closer and closer, they are converted to liquid. So there are two ways to convert atmospheric gas into liquid state: by increasing the pressure and decreasing the temperature. So today's homework will be, you will write all these 4 questions in your notebook. I hope that you have done the previous textual questions also in your notebook. As it is, I have given you the solutions, right? And again, children, we will once again just revise this change of matter and then move on to the next topic. This is important. I am telling you again and again. Liquid is getting converted to gas. That process is known as vaporization. Liquid, solid is converted to liquid. That process is known as fusion. When solid gets directly converted to gas, that process is known as sublimation. Liquid getting converted to solid, that is fusion, that is solidification. And gas getting converted to liquid, that is condensation. And gas getting converted to solid, it is reverse sublimation. You can also call it as deposition. All clear? Can we move to the next topic? Latent heat also clear. And I am talking again and again about the atmospheric pressure. So you should read all this. Atmospheric pressure is 1 atmosphere. What is 1 atmosphere? It is the unit of measuring pressure exerted by gas. And the unit of pressure is also known as Pascal. there are 3 units of pressure: Pascal, atmosphere, and bar. But here we will learn about atmosphere and Pascal only. 1 atmosphere is equals to this much pascals, not very important, but still we should read it. And the pressure of air in the atmosphere is called atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure at sea level, it means when we are on earth, at sea level is 1 atmosphere, and it is taken as a normal atmospheric pressure. So whatever boiling point, melting point, heating point, latent heat of vaporization, fusion, we are considering that all at the atmospheric pressure. Understood this much? Now we will move on to the next topic. That is evaporation. Questions you will do. Now we will move on to the next topic. What is evaporation? So for that, I will go to my PowerPoint presentation once again. Can you see?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
Wait.
No, ma'am.
Now can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these all things we have studied already. The kinetic energy, what is condensation, which is also known as liquefaction, the process of converting a gas into a liquid by cooling down its temperature is known as condensation. The formation of clouds is due to the condensation of water vapor from earth. In liquid state, the kinetic energy between the particle decreases and they turn into a solid state. For example, the formation of ice. Then sublimation, change of state of gas directly into a solid, and in the reverse, vice versa, is known as sublimation. For example, camphor is a solid. What is camphor? The kapoor which we use at home during our puja and all. That is a solid that directly evaporates into the air without changing into the liquid state. So we can conclude, therefore, by increasing or decreasing the temperature, we can change the states of matter into one another. This is the diagram which we have seen in the book. The red mark shows the heat absorbed, means that is endothermic process. And the blue mark shows heat release, that is exothermic process. So solid gets converted to gas, that is sublimation. Gas getting converted to liquid, that is condensation. Liquid getting converted to gas, that is evaporation. Solid getting converted to liquid, that is melting. And liquid getting converted to solid, that is solidification. Now it should be very clear. You have to read it yourself also once again to memorize it. Now we will study about the next topic. We are moving to the next topic. What is evaporation and how does it happen? As I told you that when we increase the pressure on any state of matter, what we do, we bring the particles of matter close to each other. So the force of attraction increases among the particles. So when we compress, means when we apply, compress means what? When we apply more pressure and decrease the temperature of gas, the gas changes into the liquid. What is dry ice? Dry ice is the solid form of carbon dioxide, and it directly, the dry ice means the solid form, it directly gets converted into the gaseous carbon dioxide by decreasing the pressure to 1 atmosphere. Now what happens? See, there are two things. When the water gets converted to water vapor, one is when we boil it, right? And if you keep one glass filled with water for many days in your classroom window or at your home, somewhere else, will the water remain, the level of the water will remain the same?
No.
No,
What
ma'am.
will happen? slowly it will decrease, no? And after some days you will find that there is no water in the glass, right? What is happening? Are you heating the water? No, we are not heating the water. So where is it going? Similarly, when you spread the clothes on the string, what happens? Slowly all the clothes dry up. So what is happening during this time? The water gets converted to water vapor by the heat present in the atmosphere, and this process is known as evaporation, right? So evaporation is, we will understand in detail tomorrow. So we have to, for today we have studied about the effect of change of temperature and pressure on the states of matter, what happens when we increase or decrease the temperature.